I just came to the realization why I'm single.
So this is for the single people. I've been thinking like the last few days, like I can just not imagine.
As a childless woman in my early 40s, I'm constantly thinking about my retirement and what that looks like. And it's always the same, no matter what. And it has been.
I just came to the realization why I'm single. Every guy that I'm like, oh yeah, he's attractive. Okay, this is not supposed to be offensive, but I see their wives and they just look like so like, you know, like not like this, just like, you know, like I pretend my tattoos are gone. Dude, I look crazy. Like, that's why guys don't want to wife me up. And I've just come to this realization today. See? I thought these men wanted, like, you know, big, strong, tough girls. I don't know. I feel like all of them are, like super girly, and all these guys are like, yeah, that's my girl. She's like housewife stuff, and I'm over here like, I own my own business. I'm covered in tattoos. I'm a little spazzy, but that's okay. We embrace it. But yeah, I don't think any guy's gonna wife me up because they can't take me seriously, and I just realized that. Damn.
She's damaged goods.
This clip is gold because it starts with a genuine realization when she says, I just came to the realization why I'm single, and immediately pivots to blaming the wives of attractive men for being too conventional. She looks at the wives and observes they are not like this, meaning not covered in tattoos, not a little spazzy, and not owning her own business, which she lists as a negative in this context. She realized that the specific aesthetic and behavioral profile she chose, tattoos, spazzy, aggressively independent, is incompatible with the men who are publicly committed to a different type of woman, the wife-up type. This isn't a shocking societal revelation. It's a market mismatch that she consciously created. She is the luxury sports car complaining that men keep buying the reliable, mid-sized SUV for the school run. She spent years cultivating a look and energy that screamed, I follow my own rules and despise conventionality, and is now stunned that conventional men are marrying conventional women. She thought men wanted a big, strong, tough girl, when, for marriage, many men prioritize emotional stability, ease of partnership, and femininity, things her chosen persona actively rejects. The man who can't take me seriously is simply recognizing that the signal she's broadcasting, high maintenance, unpredictable, non-domestic, doesn't align with the outcome she desires, a traditional partnership. The comment, she's damaged goods, is irrelevant. The core issue is that she confused desirability for a hookup, which her look may maximize, with suitability for marriage, which requires different qualities. You can't build a fortress and then be shocked when men drive past the armed guards to find a cozy cottage. Her spazzy brand is a feature, not a bug for her business, but a major red flag for a man seeking emotional peace at home. The market gives you what you signal, not what you secretly wish for. If you believe women need to stop confusing club-ready looks with wife-up material, hit the like button and subscribe. We're here to hold the mirror, not the milkshake.
So this is for the single people. I've been thinking like the last few days, like I can just not imagine ever being with someone ever again. Like, how do you get to that stage of even like meeting someone and then like all of a sudden you're just like hanging around with them every day? Like, how does that even happen? Like, I don't know whether like I'm just going through like this phase or like this stage of like a breakup, even though it was like months ago, but like I just can't envision it. Like, I just don't think I'm ever going to meet anyone. Like, I'm totally fine being on my own forever, but, like, is this a thing? Like, do people still meet people, or are people just going to be single forever now? Like, I just don't get it.
It's too much work.
This clip perfectly illustrates the profound emotional exhaustion that sets in when someone expects a high return investment for low level effort. She's been through a breakup and now can't envision meeting someone or hanging around with them every day, concluding it's too much work. She is suffering from disinterest entitlement disorder, DED. She is confusing her temporary post-breakup emotional inertia with a permanent shift in the global mating pattern. The question, do people still meet people? Or are people just going to be single forever now? Is the ultimate abdication of personal responsibility framed as philosophical inquiry? The answer is yes, people are still meeting. They're the ones who are willing to put in the effort she deems too much work. She's not totally fine being on my own forever. She's terrified of the emotional labor required to integrate another person into her life. She wants the result, a partner, without the process, vulnerability, compromise, and dating effort. The double standard here is subtle but poisonous. She expects a perfect, fully formed, low-friction relationship to simply appear and effortlessly fill her emotional void. Yet the moment she considers the reality of effort, she opts out. The common sense logic is that relationships are hard because they require two unique, complex individuals to share space and life. They are not supposed to be effortless. The effort she complains about is the price of admission to genuine connection. By concluding it's too much work, she is preemptively justifying her future single status and shifting the blame to the difficulty of modern dating, rather than her own lack of willingness to engage. You don't accidentally envision a partner. You actively choose to participate in the process, even the parts that feel like a root canal. Stop asking if others are meeting people. Start asking if you're willing to move from the couch to the court.
As a childless woman in my early 40s, I'm constantly thinking about my retirement and what that looks like. And it's always the same, no matter what. And it has been since my 30s, which is to live in a hut or a well-framed cabin in the woods with a community of women. And we all just like grow our own food, make our own preserves, read books, fix everything ourselves, have coffee together in the morning, drink wine at night, have a bunch of cats and dogs and chickens and goats, maybe some horses, pigs, whatever. And then we do really weird shit at night that makes everyone scared to come up to our property and just leaves us alone forever until we all just die in our beds, happy. That sounds like a pretty good retirement.
It was a spectacular example of radical feminist fantasy meets anti-male fatalism, all packaged as a retirement plan. The vision: live in a cabin with a community of women, growing food, reading books, drinking wine, and doing weird shit at night that makes everyone scared to come up to our property. This vision isn't a retirement plan. It's a defensive mechanism against the risk and compromise of partnership. The entire fantasy is built on the premise of eliminating the need for men. They'll fix everything themselves, grow their own food, and ensure no man ever comes near their property again. It's the ultimate statement of self-sufficiency achieved through radical emotional segregation. The viewer is humorously encouraged. Nobody is stopping you. Actually, we are all encouraging you to follow this dream. This is the core satirical truth. The men who are often blamed for women's pain are actually thrilled when women choose self-segregation over adversarial partnership. The weird shit they plan to do to scare people away is simply a magnified projection of the selfish and callous walls they already built in their 30s. The interesting thing is that this is a coping strategy, not a genuine, high-functioning ideal. It is an emotionally extreme solution to the moderate problem of having to compromise with a man. It replaces the complexities of mutual love and partnership with the simple, controlled environment of a commune based on shared anti-male sentiment. The destruction of men they are trying to avoid is actually the destruction of their ego required by compromise. This plan is the logical endpoint of the entitlement, a life where her desires are never challenged and any male energy is repelled by weird shit. Enjoy the preserve making. The world is moving on with the messy, difficult, but rewarding work of actual relationships. The double standard at play is the belief that a woman is entitled to a high-quality, high-commitment relationship regardless of the persona she projects, the effort she expends, or the extreme emotional walls she erects. The accountability is simple. Your current dating status is the logical consequence of your past choices and current level of effort.